Hey everybody. Um, Before I start, I just wanted to give a quick update. I just started a job today, and I want to say thank you. Or first of all, today is June 3rd, and I'm gonna be putting this as a premiere for June 4th, sometime in the morning. So I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who has been wishing me luck and who's been part of this journey of mine since I lost my job in January. And for me to, I guess, accomplish what I have been able to with my channel from then till now, I absolutely couldn't do it without you guys. And I know it's still like not big objectively, but it's huge to me. All of you guys are just so amazing, and yeah, just I think every single person who's contributed, um, who just watched all my lives and left comments, shared my videos, and everything. So this is gonna be about the day June 2nd. This is gonna be connecting the work of Cody, decoding with Cody, and 7711, and there's just a crazy lineup with their work, and we're just gonna get into it, starting with this right here. This happened on June 2nd. Floods break dams and submerge highways in southern Germany, and unfortunately this is really close to Cody and his girlfriend and her family. So as of right now, as far as I know, they're still okay, but yeah, let's just keep them in our prayers. And yeah, so I mean, this is gonna be really crazy, so just hang tight. And it's gonna have to do with these two videos that 7-1 he posted recently about based on the number 14, that he's been seeing this pattern with the number 14, and why that was pointing to that 6-2 date. And I'm gonna break it down right now, or some of it at least. So he noticed that June 2nd is gonna be 8,300 days after 9/11, and football equals 83. And the reason why that is significant is because of this 14-day difference between the roast of Tom Brady and the Iranian president, who was in a helicopter crash and died. And the reason why these connect is because of the term nuclear football, and Iran is known for their nuclear program, and Tom Brady is one of the biggest, most famous quarterbacks of all time. So in Seven's video today, he mentioned that when you take the U out of the number 14, you would get 83 and 38, which makes that even more interesting about, you know, being 8,300 days after 9/11. But now check this out. Keep when you considering this, looking at this 14, and what he had just mentioned, like looking at that 6-2 date, because of the number 14, because of you know, the Tom Brady roast and the Iranian president dying in the helicopter crash, which I'm gonna get into a little bit more because that has a lot to do with Cody. And that equals Germany in all four. So like, you know, you can watch his videos and see that he was pointing at the number 62, or the date 6-2, specifically because of that 14 connection. And the fact that you know, don't forget that these a lot of the articles are saying that the floods broke dams in southern Germany. Okay, so keep the dam aspect in mind. That's going to be huge. You know, it makes that even crazier. Like, on top of the fact that Germany in 14, the way that he mentioned without the U, matches in all 4 ciphers. So on the day that he was pointing to, this happened in Germany. So looking at this 14, this is another thing that he pointed out in his video. You know, Osiris was cut into 14 pieces, and also on the back of the dollar bill, the eye is the 14th layer of the pyramid. So you can see there's 13, and the eye would be the 14th. So when you look at this, really shows the huge connection with the number 14 and this date, June 2nd. You know, when you go from the date 1414, like 1414 to 62 is 3,803 days. That's interesting because this connects to this code that I learned from 7.1, this 3313 code, which points to Revelation 8:11. You know, so these, just quick reviews, these 3 verses of Revelation: 6:12, which is about the great earthquake; 8:11 connects to nuclear because talks about the falling Wormwood star. The Ukrainian translation of Wormwood is Chernobyl, like the Chernobyl nuclear disaster. And 9/11 is about Apollyon the destroyer. And you know, we know how important that 9/11 number is. So with 8:11 in the middle of that equation, from 6:12 to 8:11 is 33 verses, and from 8:11 to 9:11 is 13 verses. So as you get 3313, and 3313 is the 466th prime and the 24th star. So when you add 3313 plus 466 plus 24, it equals 3,803. So again, from 1414 to that 62 date is 3,803 days. And 1 second. So continuing with the 3313. So when you go from 3313, converting that into the date 3313 to that same 62 date, it's 11 years and 92 days, and 14 written correctly equals 1192. So yeah. And that same span, like the same span we just looked at, it is equivalent to 135 months. And that's interesting because Germany flood is 135, and Bavaria is 135 as well, which is where the flood is, which is where Cody is located. And me and him, we've done a lot of work recently about the number 135. So for it to line up like that around him is wild. But yeah, I mean, he has also been doing work on the date 6/2, and I'm going to show that. I'll show proof in a second. So furthermore, with the 3313, when you go from 3313 to the roast of Tom Brady, which was part of that, just part of those findings from 7.1, which was pointing him to 6/2, is 583 weeks exactly. And they were calling it the greatest roast of all time. So the greatest roast of all time equals 583. So I think that's like pretty on the nose right there. And when you adjust the date to, it's still 3313, but you go 3/31/03, March 31st 03 to the roast, it's 7,707 days, and that points to Revelation 9:11. You know, he was talking about 6:2 being 8,300 days after 9/11, the events of 9/11, and Revelation 9:11 is the 7,707th verse of the New Testament. So that just another connection. And keep in mind that Tom Brady, he has a lot of connections, weird connections with 9/11, because his first Super Bowl win was the Super Bowl right after 9/11, and he won with the Patriots, and that's when the Patriot Act was enacted, right after 9/11 as a response to it. And you can see that the floods were in southern Germany. Southern Germany flood equals 1442 in Fibonacci, and Revelation 9:11 equals 1442 in ordinal. So that is like very hard for those to like, you're not gonna find many things with this 1442, and for it to line up like that, you know, on the same day, just speaks for itself, you know. And another thing that 7711, what he had mentioned about today's date, June 3rd, is it's the 255th anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign. And I know there's different, some people say it's a different one, but I'm on his side that it's this one. You should go watch his video. I'll probably link it, but he shows the real Revelation 12 sign, and it happened before the founding of the United States. If you watch it, you'll probably you'll agree with what I'm saying, most likely. But so 6-3 was a span of 90,550 days after the founding of the United States, 955, and that's really interesting because southern Germany fled. It also equals 255, like the 255th anniversary was the day after, but I mean there's still it was the day after the floods started, but it's still going on, you know. And it's also 955 in Satanic, 955, 955, and 7 has way more on the number 955 in terms of like the Bible and alignments, like planetary alignments. But I can't get too much into it right now. But yeah, I mean, I think this is a huge connection right here within 955. Oh, and keep in mind, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this a little bit more too. The women of the apocalypse, like keep this theme in mind. The woman of the apocalypse is gonna be a huge part of this whole alignment with, you know, Cody and 7. This was something that I had pointed out to Cody around the time when this event happened, because I noticed the connection with the 3313. The day that the Iranian helicopter crash happened, it left 226 days left in the year, and 2 is the third prime, 2 is the third, or the second prime is 3, the second prime is 3, the sixth prime is 13, so 3313. And then you can see that's interesting too, the 1-4, like the 14. So the Iranian president, if I didn't mention it already, the thing that made this I don't know, so mind-blowing is that when he got into the helicopter accident, he was leaving the inauguration of a dam, and that's what the articles were saying. The news articles were saying. So like, what the heck? He was leaving. He look. So these are the two videos that you have to go watch. Cody's videos. Hoover Dam broke. This is. I'm about to show you. The video that there's a NBA highlight video he was watching on like the day before, and he posted this on 5/18 because he noticed that the announcer says something about the Hoover Dam, and then this happened right. So then he made this right after because the Iranian president was leaving the inauguration of a dam, and think of like inauguration of a president, and he was talking about Kamala Harris a lot as well, which I'm gonna get into in a little bit too. But so you can see our conversations. This is me and Cody talking. I just crossed his name out. I still don't know if he wants to be doxxed, but I mean, I'm not crossing mine out. So if you want to hit me up, so it's all good. I'll respond. I'll try my best. But this happened right after that happened with the Iranian president, and he started talking about 6/2 right after because of this show called Manifest, and they were bringing up that date, and you can see what he was saying here, which makes it really interesting because it happened on 5/19, and then 6/2, I guess that's 5 months 19 days after the Iranian president's December 14th birthday. So then I responded with this. I said, is there anything connecting with 71? It'll be the 71st anniversary after Queen Elizabeth's coronation. That 6/2 date reminds me of 6226 connection. This right here, Queen is 62 and 26. The score of the game that he was watching, which I'm about to show you right now. Sorry, I got cut off. So yeah, the game that he was watching where he heard the announcer mention the Hoover Dam, the score ended 115-70. And so if you go from Kamala's birth to converting that into this date, 11570, like 11570, it's 62 months and 26 days. Okay, so that's what was making me think about that Queen thing. And now let me show you the video.
Minnesota, who jumped out to an early 9-2 lead, and then the Hoover Dam broke. Minnesota blew this.
Okay, so you hear him say, then the Hoover Dam broke. And that's Seven's video. So that was a video like in that game the score ended 115-70, and from Kamala's birth to 11570 is 62 months 26 days. And then I pointed out like Queen equals 62-26, and 6/2 is the 71st anniversary after her coronation. And then he mentioned 71 is Kamala Devi Harris and female president. So that is wild because because of this that happened on that day as well. Mexico elects its first female president. Well, the election was on the 2nd between two women were running against each other, and then on this day, on the 3rd, the first Mexico elects its first female president. So like that's freaking crazy to me. That's mind blowing that they're both pointing at the 6-2 date. And then there was a German flood that was causing dams to break. Like a bunch of the articles were saying, and that game, the game that like opened Cody's eyes and made him put that decode together before the Iranian president died in a helicopter crash after leaving a dam. And the way that Cody or 7-1 was connecting that date to the Iranian president as well. So I can't even really put into words. Like, I feel like I'm just hoping that you guys are understanding this. And there's more, like I said, remember, keep that woman of the apocalypse theme in mind. Like how 7-1 said that 6-3 is the 255th anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign. So here's Revelation 12:1. And there appeared a great wonder in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars. So that verse, it equals 569 in keypad. That's interesting because that is the 104th prime, and 14 equals 104 in ordinal. And I thought it was worth noting, you could also see this like 1-4, like 14, or 10 plus 4 is 14. So you can dismiss that if you want, but I just thought that was really interesting. I think this is the part that's the more important part, though, that Revelation 12:1, 569, 104th prime. And this is all happening with like all this woman stuff going on with the woman president, and then the dam, the news about the dams and the floods. Like it could be like a birthing ritual. So this is from 7-1, one of his older videos about this Revelation 12 sign. So some background knowledge on it. So this is the date of the Revelation 12 sign, and it was the beginning of a Venus pentagram, which has 5 points. So this is hopefully you guys are familiar with the Venus pentagram. And the United States, it was founded 8 months 11 days after the completion of the pentagram that started with the Revelation 12 sign. So this is another big reason why the 8:11, Revelation 8:11 Wormwood is just such an important verse. And I one of the reasons why I believe 7 has done so much work on it, and that's why I am really focused on it as well. And there's a big connection with that. So Revelation 8:11, should have read it earlier, because remember how all that stuff with the 33:13 that all points to Revelation 8:11 in the middle. The name of the star is called Wormwood. Third part of the waters became wormwood, and many men died of the waters because they were made bitter. So the ordinal value of the whole verse is 1377, and it's really interesting because when you convert that into the date, 1377 to the anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign is 569 months exactly. Just like the woman of the apocalypse the verse Revelation 12:1 equals 569, and 14 is 104, and 569 is 104th prime. And yeah, show you that one more time. And to add on to that, remember he said that it was the 255th anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign. So that's really significant because that this 8 months 11 days, the same span from the completion of the pentagram that began with the Revelation 12 sign, this date here, to the founding of the United States, it's also 255 days. So that just lined up perfectly with the 255th anniversary. Like perfect. Yeah, like I said, all the stuff with the woman president, and you know how we were talking about that, me and Cody were talking about that on Discord on 519 before, you know, I mean, he was the one who like really got, like, I wouldn't have looked into, or I mean, I wasn't looking at 6'2" on my own. So it was really because of Seven and Cody that it was on my radar at all. The woman of the apocalypse equals 529. And if you guys remember that 3803 number, that's the 529th prime. Again, 3313, the 466th prime, the 24th star. And 3313 plus 466 plus 24 equals 3803. Just to finish this off, from 3803, converting this into the date 3803 to the 255th anniversary of the Revelation 12 sign today, as I'm filming this, it's 21 years 88 days. And when you add 811 plus 1377, so Revelation 811, and then the ordinal value of that verse, it equals 2188. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's yeah, sorry, it's hard for me to, that's the last slide, by the way, but yeah, I don't really know how to I don't know, verbalize like how mind blown I am. You know, I can see how all this lined up. And just remember, I think the thing that really put this together for me was when Seven was talking, you know, the number 14 is what drew him to this date. And then he noticed this when you take out the U and the number and 14, but that happens to equal Germany in all four ciphers, with this event happening in Germany on the day that he was looking at, and Cody's there, and Cody already like pretty much predicted that thing with the Iranian president leaving a dam, and he's been talking about Kamala Harris like for as long as I've known him, more than a year for sure, maybe two. But on that same day of that happening, then the first woman president of Mexico. And I guess that's kind of interesting in terms of me, because I am Mexican. And what's interesting too about me with this job that I just started today is I'm gonna be taking the place of somebody who is having a baby. So she's training me, and I feel like that kind of ties into all this birthing stuff, you know. It's wild. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I need to sleep because I gotta wake up early for work. And let me know what you think. And I'm sorry if I haven't gone back to your comments yet. I'm going to. And I appreciate them all. I just appreciate all the support that you guys have been giving me from the past few videos and lives and everything. And hopefully you guys like this one. Stay safe, take care, God bless. Again, please send out your prayers for Cody and his girlfriend and his family and her family, and just everybody else out there in Germany. Yeah, peace out.